Bones are amazing things. They hold us up, they support us, they make us strong. But bones have other uses. In the past, bones were thrown by diviners, seeking out the mysteries of the future. Now the bones are cubes, made of plastic or resin, but they still reveal things to us. As they fall from our fingers and rattle across the table, the story becomes clear. Welcome to Bone Throwers Theater, an RPG actual play podcast.
Hello and welcome back to Bone Throwers Theater for our special one-shot editions of Monster of the Week. My name is Jeremy. I am playing Jace Thompson.
My name is Aaron and I'm playing Alan Scott.
My name is Elijah and I'm playing Jinn Jackson.
My name is Jeff and I'm playing Nichol.
And my name is Jordan, and I am playing all the supporting characters, monsters, horrible, evil, all that. All right, and so as we left off previously in the last episode, Ray, Alan, and Jinn had gone to investigate the farm. Jinn had talked to the farmers, specifically to Madeline Jensen. She wasn't that helpful. Ray had spoken to someone identifying themselves as Rhonda, and Rhonda said that her sister was one of the victims. And Alan actually went out to the field, took a look at where the bodies were found some impressions in the ground, and he used some magic to see how they fell from the sky. In the meantime, I want to call you by your other character's name.
Digby,
yeah. Grayson went out. No, so Jace went out to High Rock on the Appalachian Trail, which looked like it had matched the place where the photograph had been taken. And he talked to somebody. They had been walking for a while with two people, Devin and Eileen. And Eileen actually had been taking a lot of photos, and she had mentioned that her hobby was putting together panoramic pictures. And as you were investigating, you felt you felt like someone was watching you, and you have been attacked by this strange chameleon-like monster. Mm-hmm. And you both have dealt harm to each other at this point.
All right, so Jace is going to continue to shoot at it, but he's going to back away from the platform.
No, it's got a tentacle wrapped around your leg.
It actually did wrap, because you said it was trying to, but we never established that it actually did.
So did you when you went to shoot at it, you shot at the eye?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll say that it kind of pulled back, but now it's trying to reach out for you again.
Okay, yeah, I want to shoot it and also back away, try and get outside of its reaching range.
Okay. So go ahead and roll for harm.
I roll my tough. And there we go. Here now it begins. That is a 7.
Okay. So on a 7, you and whatever you're fighting each other inflict harm on each other.
Wait. It's 8 because I have 1 harm, so I get +1.
Oh, okay.
Until the fight is over.
So on a 7+, so it doesn't really change that much.
No, not really. Just
you and whatever you're fighting inflict harm on each other. The amount of harm is based on the established dangers in the game. That usually means you inflict the harm rating of your weapon, and your enemy inflicts their attack's harm rating on you. So we're going to say that your shot, it does hit. You do 2?
2.
Okay. It has 2 armor. So it soaks the damage. But it's going to,
I do have 1 armor, so does that mean... Did that affect the other one? Okay.
Yeah, it would absorb.
Okay.
If you got hit by 1, then it would absorb it. It would be 0.
So now I actually do only have 7.
Yeah. So at this point, the creature, the way that it's going to try and harm you is that it's going to fly, try and lift itself up into the air and try and claw at your face with its claws. But that would be absorbed there.
So it's only doing 1?
Yeah, it would do 1 harm at that point. Yeah.
Okay. Now, since I've attempted to trap it, is it still trapped in that area? Can I back away from it? Because you said it's going to try and
It's more
Fly
trying
up.
to fly. Yeah.
Fly up.
So what I was imagining was that you were basically pulling it down to the ground magically. Now, did you was that spell something that would create a cage over it? Because I was just imagining it was like a pull down to the ground.
I would think it would be something that it would actually trap and confine it in a place.
Okay, and it doesn't have any kind of.
It just says trap a specific person, minion, or monster.
Okay, we'll say that it tries to fly, but it can't. It can't get up into the air right now. You shot at it twice. Third time, the spell will dissolve.
Is that something I know? Like I know, my trap is going to only last for this amount of time.
You know that it's only going to last
Okay.
a short amount of time.
Okay. So, have I backed away out of its
Yes.
range?
Yes, that's correct.
I'm going to pull out my cell phone and snap a picture of it.
No, don't do that, it says.
Okay.
Still doing it.
Still do it. Do I recognize the voice?
No.
Okay. It's worth a shot.
So you gotta take the picture, and the spell dissolves, and it tries to reach out with with a tentacle and grab your cell phone out of your hand.
Okay, I thought it was out of its range.
Well, now the spell broke, so now it's able to move forward.
Okay. All right. Do I roll something for that?
Yeah, go ahead and. You weren't expecting this, so go ahead and act under pressure.
So you gotta roll your cool.
Roll my cool. With an 11.
Okay. You do what you set out to do, so you get to take the picture. I guess you're going to put away the camera too.
Yeah, and point the rifle again.
Okay. At this point, it's like, you know what? I've had enough, and it shoots straight up into the air.
And goes back to being its weird
Yeah.
chameleon self. Okay, I'm heading straight for the truck.
Okay. All right, so we're going to leave you there. We're going to go back to you guys at the farm. So Alan, Ray, and Jinn, you guys are all at the farm. Did you guys get back together at this point, or?
I would hope so. If not, I'm looking for at least Alan.
Okay.
And I had been headed back towards the farm to meet back up with Ray. And had Jinn and I connected yet?
I don't think you all have connected.
Okay.
Yet.
And so I'm gonna.
So Jinn, what do you think? Are you gonna look around and see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Really, really quickly, since I had to travel, this is conceivably happening after they're doing is taking place, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, I wanted to, once we reconvened, minus Jace, wanted to relay what information I found out to Alan. And if Jinn decides to hook up with us for this project, relay with him what's going on. Are you going to go off and do your own thing, or are we waiting for a truck to get back to us to go and do anything?
No, I'll work for you guys.
So we each kind of share our information. I show the compass with the EH. Talk about seeing the thing up in the sky and the impact of the bodies.
I'm going to relay they were backpackers on the Appalachian Trail, that I was talking with the sister of the girl that was dropped, and then that we should probably go over to the Appalachian Trail and look for the campsite and give Jace a call, because he was already headed that direction for viewing the picture.
And Jinn, do you have anything you want to add, or?
I agree with that. I think we should go definitely look for the campsite. And Jace could probably meet us there because he's probably pretty close.
You have 2 cars here, or no, 1 car.
No, we now have 2.
Right, he has one.
Yes,
Jinn has
Jinn
one.
has one.
Jace has one.
Well, I'm still away from them.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying that they had one.
Yeah.
Alan, when you get into the truck that has been supplied to Jinn, what's the first thing that you notice?
It's dirty.
On the inside?
Yes. Jinn is clearly not taking very good care of his agency's stuff.
So, like, what makes it look dirty? Is there just a lot of, like, mud in the car, or?
No, like food wrappers. Jinn looks like he's a nervous eater. Runs through a lot of fast food places when he's on the road.
What's your favorite candy bar, Jinn?
All of it.
All the candy bars.
So on the passenger side, sunflower seeds just kind of.
As Alan sticks his hand into the door to close it, and the door handle, get some chocolate in there from an old wrapper. So that's the first thing that Alan notices.
Nice.
It's intimidating on the outside, though.
What do you notice, Ray?
While it is a slob fest, that he leaves all of his notebooks out in the passenger seat. So there's like notes and stuff and resource material just chilling there on the seat that he's gone through recently that he hasn't quite put away. I assume that the windows are tinted so no one can just like
Look at all the trash.
yeah.
All right, so you guys, you're going to head towards the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know like what part of the trail you're going to head for? Because there's a lot of it.
So we are. You said we're about 20 miles east of Hagerstown at this point.
West of Hagerstown.
West of Hagerstown. Yes.
Yeah, the trail actually runs east of Hagerstown.
So where the campsite had been,
Well, it wasn't technically a campsite.
or where they stopped.
Where they stopped.
I'm actually going to pull out a map and
Uh-huh.
look at where we are and take a straight line towards the Appalachian Trail
Okay.
You are here.
and judge that.
Okay.
And
Well done, my young apprentice.
and see if there's like an entrance to the trail there, like a parking lot or whatever.
Yeah, you find actually that there's a state park.
Yeah.
That goes through that area. The trail actually cuts through the park, so you could find plenty of parking there if you wanted to.
Okay. So we head there.
What is the name of this state park?
I think it's called South Mountain State Park.
Okay.
I think it's a real place.
Yeah.
So you get to the state park, and what are you going to do? Are you going to start walking the trail, or are you going to look for someone who can give you further directions?
Yes. To the second.
I'm assuming enough time has passed.
Yeah.
All right, you get a text message on your phone with a picture and says, "Show this to Mr. Scott. Stay undercover."
Okay. Check this out. This is the monster.
I am going to look at that, and I am going to check out my something. I'm definitely going to do something. I'm either thinking of using my dark past, which lets me ask a specific question about if I've ever dealt with anything or one of its kind, and what I learned about it. Any black magic I know that might help here in this situation. So, or do I know anyone who could help us find out? Or I can just investigate. And I think,
Yeah, +2 is sharp.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
+1 is weird too.
I think I'm going to investigate
Okay.
with a 10. So I get 2 for the investigate.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at it, try to figure out if it looks like there's any weak spot on the creature and what might be able to hurt it.
It's really hard to tell from the picture because even though you got a clear shot of it, it's blending in with the graffiti of the rock. You can see that it only has like one eye though. It does look like it has like a sharp beak. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any obvious points. Looks like if you look really close, if you like zoom into the picture a lot, it looks like the skin is pretty tough on the monster. So it's going to be hard to find. Just by looking at it, it's going to be hard to find something that.
One force trauma.
One Force Trauma.
That's what sledgehammers are for.
I thought that was the name of your new band.
Now, if I were to use a move, and while I'm looking at this picture,
Mm-hmm.
throw down my dark past and try to figure out if I do know anyone who would be able to help us. 9.
Okay. On a 9 plus get X type of thing.
Yeah, so on a 7 to 9, ask 1 question. On a 10 plus, ask 2 questions. So who do I know that can help us find information on this guy?
Most likely, the person who could help you the most, it might actually be Larry.
Okay.
Larry Halstead.
And me and Larry, are we on good terms or?
You just know his name through the newsletters that you've received,
Okay.
but you know that he has written about this area before.
Has he ever written about this creature that I can remember?
You're not 100% sure, but he has written articles about Western Maryland, and you think that he is living somewhere in this area.
Okay. I'm going to convey that to the rest of the group. Tell everyone, hey, Larry Halstead, I think, might have some information on some of the creatures that are out in this area. Larry Halstead. I'm not 100% sure how to get in touch with him other than through the newsletter, but if anyone else might have some information on him, I might be able to give him a call.
Would you, through your agency contacts, be able to figure this out?
Oh gosh, if I roll really well.
Don't know till you try.
Well,
What are you going to do there, Jinn?
I could use deal with the agency.
Okay.
Oh, you get some experience.
Yay! Alright.
Go ahead and mark off a box of experience there.
Would you roll a 2 total? Right.
Yes.
So tell me what's going on when you try and contact the agency.
You haven't brought your truck in for inspection in the past.
Emissions need to be tested on.
They're really mad at me for calling them.
Let me see your sheet. I want to see what the. On a miss, you screwed up. You might be suspended or under investigation or just in the doghouse. You certainly aren't going to get any help until you sort it all out. Alright, this is going to be fun to play out. Okay, so how do you try and contact the agency?
I just try to call my boss on my phone.
Okay. Do you guys use code names, or do you know the actual name of your boss?
I know his actual name.
And what would that be?
Aaron Johnson, I guess.
Okay, so you call him. Jackson, what do you want?
Does anyone in our agency know anything about this monster that's been in... Where are we again? Western Maryland?
What monster are you talking about?
The one that killed 2 people at a farm in near Hagerstown.
Johnson, that's why we sent you out there. You're supposed to be finding out what that monster is.
Sounds like one of my conversations.
Now, are you actually able to get this job done?
Yeah, of course.
Look, your track record hasn't been good on your last 3 trips. One time you destroyed a van. The other time you shelled a completely innocent panda bear in a zoo. And the third time, well, we're not even going to talk about what happened to that parachute. You need to get your head back in the game. What have you been doing that makes you so distracted?
I don't know. I'll get my head back in the game.
You better, because if you don't walk away with a success this time, you're out.
Alright.
You got it?
Yeah, fair enough.
Now, I want you to report back in 12 hours with the information that you're supposed to be getting. Namely, what is the monster? Exactly the question that you called here trying to figure out if we knew the answer. When you're the one who's supposed to be doing the legwork.
Alright, I'll get it.
Don't call back until you have something. Got it?
Got it.
He hangs up.
I hang up and call 911.
911? What is your emergency?
No, I was joking. I don't actually call it. You thought I was serious.
You said you were doing.
That didn't sound like it went over well.
Nope.
So no info on Larry.
Well, does anyone's phone, or does your phone have the internet? You can always do that.
It does.
Internet is a wonderful thing. We can find out lots of things from it.
You can find out someone's phone number from the internet?
Oh dear.
Sometimes.
Oh.
So Jace calls back.
Where are you guys?
We're in the parking lot at the base of the trail.
Oh, so you're close.
Yeah.
You see coming around the corner in Jace's pickup.
Like really fast.
Yes, really fast.
Oh, well, hi. I see you. What's the rush?
Did you not look at the picture?
Yeah,
What is it?
we don't know yet.
We know a guy, though, who might know. Oh, you guys are on the phone, aren't you?
I'll put it on speaker. We know a guy that might know.
Okay, well, it attacked me. I shot it twice. It tried to claw at me, tried to grab at me, but...
Of course you're okay. Why am I asking?
And it spoke.
Spoke.
In English.
It speaks?
Yes.
So, we know it can think. We know it's sentient. So we can imagine that if it can speak, it can think, and it can reason.
And it told me not to take its picture.
So it knows what a camera is.
It knows what a phone is.
Oh, you took it with your phone.
Yes.
You can do that too.
That is one of the many modern amenities.
Oh, congratulations, Elijah! You broke the group. Mark another experience.
What did its voice sound like? Was it gruff, or was it like a tell me everything?
It sounded like...
First off, are you going to park the truck, or you just keep on?
I parked the truck.
Okay.
Let's stop doing the phone thing and talk in person.
Since we can't see it coming, I'm not rolling down the window.
You can't see it coming. Well, I guess.
The picture...
But no, I don't think that's a worry, because we can't see it coming, but it doesn't want its picture taken. It doesn't. It wants to stay hidden. It doesn't want to be found. When we have a large group, unless it can pick up the 5 of us, I can't count, 4 of us, some expert, unless it can pick up the 4 of us and every bystander around here, it's not going to attack us right now.
Are there bystanders around now?
No.
What time of day is this?
It's mid-afternoon.
Okay.
Well, I thought that because we were at a state park. Unless it can pick up all 4 of us, maybe we should get under a tree or something.
What's wrong with where we are?
Whatever, rolls down the window.
Okay.
Open your window.
He's pointing at his phone like in his ears, like I can't hear you.
Open the window.
You go ahead and try and manipulate it.
Manipulate someone. 9.
Nice.
And I have 2 charm.
11.
11. On a 10 plus, if they do what you ask, they mark experience and get 1 forward.
So I would get experience for opening my window. And what's one?
So, like, you could, remember how you asked one question and then held it until then? You could do the same kind of thing.
So I get experience and just a random thing that I can use.
Yeah.
Without a roll at this point.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So I just crack it. It's about like an inch. I was like, "You happy?"
Sure, I just don't want to use up all the data on my phone.
That's not how phones work.
We're wandering.
Oh, you have one of those plans.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We're
so
roaming.
Pizza money isn't that great.
So tell me all about it. Tell me about your experience.
okay, so I relay everything without rehashing it.
Okay. Yeah.
And I get to the part where I was about to take his picture, and it told me, no, don't do that, but it sounded like, you know when you're in school and there's that one kid that's always in the science room?
Yeah.
Yes.
It sounded like one of those kids.
Oh,
Is there something wrong with that?
nerd.
Well, so it sounded very intelligent, very well spoken.
You haven't been in school in a while. I forgot, sorry.
Sounded like an outcast.
Okay, so did you see how many tentacles it had?
Shows you the picture.
So okay, so no,
It's like that's how
couldn't-
much I could see.
you couldn't see anything. All right.
I think it tried to claw at my face at one point,
Okay.
but I can't be sure.
Well, do you know Larry Halstead from the?
Yes, he writes those crap articles in every single newsletter.
Do you know how to get in touch with him?
No, because all of his stories never pan out to anything.
Well, I think he actually might have something for us here. However, nobody knows how to get in touch with him.
Does your phone have the internet?
My phone does not have data at this point.
The agency just cut off on my data.
To a phone book.
What about contacting Fred? See if he knows.
Do you have Fred's number?
I have Fred's number.
If you wouldn't mind giving a call to Fred, asking if he knows where Larry Halstead is.
Fred does not like to speak on phones, so I will text him.
Okay. So we either want to know how we can get in touch with Larry Halstead or where he got this picture. How did Fred end up with this picture that, according to you, was actually on Eileen's camera?
Eileen. So it was Eileen.
Was that something that I found out?
Mm-hmm.
That person that came by. We talked about Eileen and Devin and being with them a day or so before.
The sister was distributing the picture.
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah,
So
the
that's how
sister.
we got it.
The sister was distributing the pictures from the camera to people around to see if they knew anything.
Okay.
So I text Fred. Yeah. Larry Halstead. Contact info? Question mark? You got it?
I have a P.O. box.
He may have info on the monster in question. For once, he may be right.
If you talk to Larry, be careful. He's a bit weird.
I mean, isn't everyone in this story like...
So all you have is a P.O. box.
He's Unabomber weird.
Alright, thanks. So, Jinn, why don't we head down to the post office, you flash your credentials, and see if we can get an actual address for this Larry guy.
Alright.
You guys gonna take the same car? Or are you gonna ride separately?
I'll ride separately, it's fine.
I just am not going to go with them.
Okay,
To
you're
the
gonna
post office.
You're gonna stay in the parking lot.
I'm going to stay in the parking lot.
Now there is probably like a welcome center for the state parking lot. What about you, Ray?
At this point, I'm probably going to stay with Alan,
Okay.
seeing as I am trying to learn from him. So
And I guess seeing them leave, I'm like, there's no sense in taking the two vehicles away from people that might need them.
Oh,
So,
he's got a skateboard.
that won't get me very far very fast.
We're on a mountain.
Yes, but not all these roads are paved. There's a lot of dirt roads up here.
so I'm just gonna leave that task to Jinn,
Okay.
and I'll stay.
Oh, so Jinn is going to go down by himself to the post office. You drive down to the post office in the local town. You go into the counter, and you see someone stand like a woman behind the counter. And she's got like kind eyes. She looks very, very nice, very, very open and everything. You can tell as she's working with the people in front of you in line. She seems to be a very bubbly, energetic person who enjoys her job a lot. There's about 3 or 4 people in line in front of you. And it's like those kinds of people who wait to get to the post office to address like 5 different letters and like then buy stamps and then
That's
they put
the worst.
and then like someone has a giant box that they're trying to mail and they don't have quite enough postage. So it takes a while for you to actually get to the front of the line. And so while you're waiting and everything like that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break.
As a geek with a life outside of gaming, it can be hard to stay informed. The Sometimes Geek podcast is your weekly update of all the major video game news, brought to you with the insight of an everyday gamer. Episodes are kept short and to the point, so you have more time to spend playing games instead of reading about them. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, and at sometimesgeek.com. The Sometimes Geek podcast, because we can't be geeks all the time.
All right, and we are back. It was just really kind of chaotic at that post office. There are now flames and...
Wait, Jace didn't go to the post office.
No, I'm kidding.
Why would I bring him to the post office? There's paper everywhere. It's highly flammable.
So you get to the front desk. Hi there, sugar. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's good to see you. How can I help you out?
I'm looking for an address actually.
All right. What are you?
Larry Holstead's address.
Well, Sugar, you could look in the phone book to try and find someone's name.
Do you have one here?
Well, of course, yeah, here. It's unlisted. Now remember, he had to fill out something with an address when he got the post office box.
Okay, so I'm going to show her my ID.
Okay. Oh, so you're a government official, and now why exactly are you looking for Mr. Halstead?
He might have information on what happened to that farm near Hagerstown.
Okay. Oh, look, he just walked in, actually. And you see, this, really disheveled guy, bushy hair, bushy beard. Have you ever heard of a mountain man?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of demeanor, really kind of, shifty eyes. Looks like he bought his clothes from an army surplus store. So he's looking really kind of ragged and everything like that. And he goes and he opens one of, not just a regular post office box, because they sell them in different sizes. There's the regular sized ones, and then there's the big ones for packages and everything like that. He opens that up, and there's just this whole flood of mail that comes out. Yeah, he normally stops by on Wednesdays. He's typically a once a week kind of person, the lady says.
Well, if he's right there, I'm just going to go talk to him. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
Alright, so I go over.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're trying to find out about that monster, right?
Yes, correct.
Alright. I guess I'm just going to go over and ask him if he knows anything about it. Wait,
Okay.
do I have the picture? Jace actually has it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ray has it now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Right, yeah.
So I would assume that you guys would text it amongst yourselves, except
Okay.
for the one of you who does not go into those.
Well, at
Newfangled.
that point, I had no idea that Jinn was with us.
Right, that's true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you pull out your phone, bring up the picture, and you go over to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm first going to make sure it's him, so I'm going to say, hi, are you Larry Holstead?
He slams the door to the P.O. box without even taking out all the mail. He's like, who wants to know?
Alright, so I'm going to take out my ID again and show him.
No way, I ain't talking to you. He gives you the finger. I'm like, I'm not talking to the man at all. You can just go and you can take whatever pistol or gun you got up in your car. You can shove it up your rectum, and then you can have your friend pull the trigger until it's empty. Because there is no way that I am talking to anybody who is related to anything that has to do with that big brother, that demon that is called Washington, D.C.
Why did I pull out that ID?
And he pushes past you really, really hard and storms out of the post office.
Alright, so I'm gonna... Oh, can I follow him without him noticing me, though?
That's a good question.
In your truck? Probably not.
We're going to say that you would have to act under pressure to do that.
I'm good at that.
Ooh, no, thank you.
5, 6, 7.
It just made it.
Kind of, yeah.
On a 7 to 9, the keeper is going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. So you can follow him if you want, but if you do so, you might lose your truck at some point. Hard price to pay.
Keep in mind, you spoke to your superior earlier, and he said that if you mess up, you are gone.
Yeah, but I mean, if I let him go and I don't succeed, then I'm gone anyway, so... And I need a new truck.
Or you just need to clean
You just need to clean your truck.
I'm too lazy. I'll just get a new one. I think I'm gonna follow him.
Okay. I love it.
I don't know if I do or not. So, at this point, he's in the parking lot, right?
Yeah, he's in the parking lot, but he's trying to get into his truck.
Okay, so I stop him and I show him the picture and ask him if he knows anything about this monster.
He's like, I told you I am not going to talk to you. And he actually shoves you as hard as he can.
Did he actually... He looked at the picture, though.
Yeah, he did glance at the picture when you saw it. But he's not, he doesn't seem to
Okay.
want to talk to you at this point.
I mean, what's the point of having an ID if you can't boss people around with it?
Always wondered that same thing.
It's so stupid.
Well, a lot of times it would work in certain situations, like, for example, if they were willing to be cooperative. You know, and it worked with the Jensens, like Madeline.
But they didn't know anything anyway.
So it's not like psychic paper or something.
I wish.
Yeah. So he gets into his truck, and it's it's probably from the 80s, old rattly truck. It's not going to go very fast, so it would be pretty easy to follow him at a distance if you wanted to.
I think I'm gonna do that just to see where he goes,
Okay.
and I'm gonna like text them so they know where I'm going.
So he actually takes this really circuitous route. Like goes through town. He goes over the bridge. He's like going down all of these back roads. He then goes into Hagerstown. It seems to be out of his way. It's like he drives for at least an hour, and he just goes pretty much wherever he can go. You don't think that it's something that he's doing because he saw you or anything like that, following him. You just think that this guy is kind of paranoid and he doesn't want people following him. So, but eventually he leads you out of the town and into like this real forested area, and he drives until he reaches like this hidden place, gets out of the car, pulls back like this huge gate that's got like bushes like tied to it to camouflage where it is, and then he gets in, drives through, and then slides the gate back.
Can I see what's beyond the gate?
Not really, because the bushes that are on there kind of obscure the view.
So I'm gonna wait for like 2 minutes, just like to make sure that he's like actually gone, so he doesn't see me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess I'm gonna get out, although I really don't want to because I don't want to lose the truck. Okay, I'm gonna go up to the gate. It's locked, right?
It is locked.
Can I unlock it somehow?
Yes, you can. What you would need to do in this situation, you would need to use one of your basic moves called Read a Bad Situation.
Okay. 5, 4.
That's with sharp. Yeah, minus
Yeah.
1 to sharp. Nice. You can't see.
Oh wait, hold up. No, 7, because I can, when I read a bad situation, I can roll plus cool instead of sharp.
Okay.
So it's 5, so 7.
Okay, so on a 7 and 9, you can ask one question. So you can ask, what's my best way in? What's the best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? What's the best way to protect the victims? And if you act on the answers, you get a +1 ongoing while the information is relevant. So you get +1 to any rolls that result.
Okay, what's the best way in?
If you go a little bit further down the road, you'll find a place where like a large tree has fallen down and knocked down part of the fence that surrounds his compound.
Okay, so I drive down there, I get out, and I guess I climb like over that part of where the fence would be. On the other side, what can I see?
So what you can see, a lot of woods, a lot of forest, and this is again mountainous area, so there's a pretty steep incline up, but if you go down towards where you were, there seems to be a road, like a dirt road that you could walk up. You also see that there are mounted cameras throughout the compound, like closed circuit TV cameras.
Is there like, are they set up in a pattern that would, so it would be like impossible to not be spotted by them, or can you get like go behind them?
You could try ducking behind some trees and everything like that, but there's a lot of underbrush that you would have to walk very delicately through, so as not to make a lot of trees jiggling and stuff like that. A lot of bushes. So plant motion is almost as much of an enemy to you at this point as the cameras.
Is there a roll I could do for that?
Yeah, you could act under pressure.
7, 8, 9.
Okay, so I want to give you a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay.
Again?
This is how the game goes. As you are walking through the forest, you accidentally trip a wire. Crossbow bolt comes out and hits you in the thigh. Take 2 harm.
Okay, so I keep going, but nothing else happens when I
Oh, you're bleeding at this point, so there's now going to be you're going to be leaving blood all over the place.
Yeah, I have a first aid kit with my medic ability, but can I use it on myself?
But I mean, if you want to stop right now and do that, then you're going to be pretty visible to the cameras,
I'll just keep going. I'll go ahead and text them.
like the coordinates.
Yeah.
So we were just chilling there for like an hour.
I was going to, Alan, since there was the nice looking visitor center there, decides to wander around the visitor center
Okay.
and check up on it, see if there are any things about local lore, local stories, tales, see if there's a worker there who might be able to share any local information.
You do see some things about like the wildlife of the area, like there are bobcats and stuff like that. There's bears.
There's bears.
There's bears. There's beats. There's Battlestar Galactica.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Exactly. Bears. There's bobcats. There's something else that starts with a B that I can't think of at the moment.
There's bees.
Bees, yeah. Actually, there is a meadery not too far away, so it does point out that if you want to follow the Maryland Wind Trail, that's an excellent place to start.
Is there an employee at all there?
It doesn't seem to have any
guide,
people,
no
guides.
janitor, no.
No, it's really kind of just a ramshackle little building.
Oh.
It's here's your map of where you are in the park.
Yeah.
Here's like how to get to the trail. Here are the things that you need to watch out for.
Okay.
It doesn't really have anything that says, here are local spooky things that you need to be aware of. Or come here on Halloween and find our state park haunted tour. So you get the text from Jinn. What do you want to say in the text? Like Mount Halstead coordinates? Yeah, something like that. And it actually is not too terribly far away from where you are in the state park.
Yeah, but if there were more of us, we'd probably be caught easier.
You say that via text message. Yeah, it's typical agency thinking. Let's go anyway.
Yep. Yep. Okay.
We really need to talk to this guy. Maybe if I introduce myself, he'll talk to us.
Can one of you guard my truck, like while you're?
Do you text that? Okay.
Yes. Like if they're coming.
Don't come, but if you do, my truck is just.
Sounds like a job for Ray.
Mundane man.
Yeah, that does sound like a job for Ray. I'll stay here and guard the trucks. Make sure nothing comes by and eats them.
I might pass like the cameras and everything.
If you get past to the cameras, then you would be at the cabin. If you were at the cabin, then worse things would happen.
Why did I come here?
You came here for information, but this guy is very suspicious.
So how much farther is it?
It's a pretty big compound. It's about in a wooden area, like when you're trying to go around a lot of like rocky outcroppings and everything like that. It's going to take you a while, and also you're injured.
I guess I want to go ahead and heal myself.
You want to go ahead and heal yourself?
Yeah.
All right. That would involve stopping where you are, which would make it easier to see you.
Well, aren't I like behind trees or?
Yeah, there's plenty of trees, but you never quite know where another one of those little cameras is going to be. So if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
Okay.
10.
Okay.
So I'm gonna heal the 2 harm and stabilize, which I already want. So.
All right. So while you do that, you start hearing dogs, big, loud, scary-sounding dogs.
I'm gonna take out the rifle.
Now
And
don't roll like Mike whenever dogs show up.
yeah, that was fun. These are Dobermans,
Oh, wonderful.
very strong bite, and they're coming for you.
And they're very quick.
They can smell.
How many are there?
4.
Cool.
They can smell blood too, so they're excited. They're fuzzy land sharks, and you don't have that much time.
So yeah, where are we?
We'll say that you're close. It wasn't too terribly far away. So you have 2 options. If you want, you can shoot, which would not be fun because they would keep coming, and also you might alert somebody else, or you can try and run and get over the fence that you came in at.
Would I really alert people? Because for the sniper rifle, it doesn't have It's not loud.
Well,
Does it say loud on it? 'Cause
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
it
say,
doesn't say loud.
They also say whether they're loud or not. So
Yeah.
It just says.
Does it say
forearm
stealthy?
Or
let me see here.
If it doesn't say stealthy, it doesn't have
they say also say.
It
stealth.
says 4 harm far. They're not super far away. Like a sniper rifle is what you would use if they were like or say you were staked outside of a house and you could see a monster inside the house, like through a window, and you were good like up all the way across the street, and that's when you'd use the sniper rifle. In this situation where the dogs are going to be on you, you would probably be using your 9mm, which is loud.
okay, I'm gonna try to run back over the fence.
Okay, we're going to be acting under pressure.
Oh.
6, 8.
Again! You get shot in the other leg!
The keeper is going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. As you are running, you drop your sniper rifle.
Are you kidding me?
That is a hard choice.
So you can get over the fence and save your skin, or stop and bend over and pick up your gun and probably get mauled by a dog.
I'm gonna pick up the gun. I don't care, honestly.
Okay, so one of the Dobermans is the first to get to you. He, like, full on jumps on top of you and goes for your throat.
I'm assuming that my big knife would be like at my hip.
Yeah,
So I can get at that, right?
that's great.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to use that then.
Okay.
Like to get him off. That's 1 harm hand. 9, 11.
Alright, so you do 1 harm to the dog.
And I push him off.
Okay. As you push him off, the dog actually gets hit your hand in his teeth, and he actually just like catches between your knuckles, and it just pulls as you go, and it'll cause you a harm as well.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, you guys are, and you're hearing like "Rawr, rawr," the dogs barking and everything like that.
Are they coming? Because
Well, they don't know where exactly you are because
We don't know exactly what's going on either.
Yeah.
Right,
I'm
we
not
just know
gonna
that.
reach for my phone right now.
Can we hear any of the?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then go in the direction of the sound of the light.
And also, you're on the wrong side of the fence. They're not going to see you because of how wooded it is. Like,
Wait,
I mean,
did they go to like the fence where the tree is?
they parked like right next to your truck.
Okay.
Alright, so Jace is going to pop up, grab onto the fence, and look over to see what he can see. Since obviously that's where the noise is coming from.
You see like a dirt trail. It's got woods on both sides. He's at the foot of the trail trying to fight a dog, and you see a sniper rifle lying on the ground.
I'm gonna hop the fence.
Okay, you hop the fence, and there's a big dog.
Am I close enough to protect him?
Yeah, you could protect him.
Okay, because I have Never Again, which is in combat, you may choose to protect somebody without rolling, as if you rolled a 10+.
Okay.
I'm going to choose to hold the enemy back.
Okay. And how are you going to hold them back?
Would I be able to figure out if these dogs would get startled by gunfire?
Yeah, you could try. They probably won't, though.
Okay, well, yeah, because I would succeed in holding the enemy back.
Right. Yeah. So you, if you want to go ahead and do that, and it startles the dogs, more than welcome to.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay. And the dogs, they scatter. And so now it's you and Jinn.
So the hole in the fence, where is that? That's further down, or is that right there?
It's further down.
Okay. Alan's just gonna stand out in front of the fence
Mhm.
and just be yelling, Larry, it's Alan Scott. I need to ask you some questions. Like, as loud as he can.
Okay. And what are you doing, Ray?
Wondering what's going on.
Are you in the truck?
Well, I mean, I'll get out and walk over to the fence and see if I can pry apart some of the
Yeah.
leaves to look through.
So all of a sudden, like you fire off your gun. What kind of gun is it?
It's a hunting rifle.
Hunting rifle. Okay. So you hear like the huge kick of a shotgun. You hear a voice going, "What are you doing on my property? That one followed me from the post office."
Mr. Halstead, sorry, you may have heard of me, Jace Thompson. I subscribe to all your writings. I do a lot of monster hunting based on your writing. Me and Mr. Scott here, we just have some questions for you, and we would just like to come and talk.
Okay, so it sounds like you're trying to manipulate him.
Yep.
Go ahead and
It's
roll.
not a minus.
Go ahead and roll for that.
I'm gonna help him out.
Okay.
Oh, so what is that?
It means that I can get you a +1 if I get an extra. If I can get a 10.
Well, I got a 9. So.
No.
Go ahead.
Do you have a negative effect if you...
If I only get a 7 to 9,
What happens?
I expose myself to trouble or danger. Oh, that's an 8, but yeah.
So that gives me...
It gets you a +1.
So it makes me have a 10, but he exposes himself to trouble or danger.
Okay.
So you get a 10, which is good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Doesn't necessarily mean something has to befall him.
Right.
He's just exposed to the danger.
And
Open to the suggestion.
Suddenly a big pit opens below him. And he falls 100 feet into the ground.
All of a sudden, a group of natives from the Temple of Doom rushes you and tries to pull your heart out of your chest. So you're trying to climb the fence, or you were like...
No, so I was standing out there as he's trying to explain, hey, we're here to talk to you. I said, yeah, I've read all your writings too. And I leave it at that.
Nobody likes a kid's ass. Tell me what my most recent article was about.
Dang it, I don't remember where
It
it's
was
from.
about the crew.
Your most recent article was about the goat man of Burtonsville.
What did I say you had to do for the goat man?
I know nothing about goats. They eat stuff. They eat stuff.
They eat stuff.
Because they eat stuff. But that's different.
And they sound like
You
they're
eat
yelling.
stuff.
They sound like they're yelling.
Here's a little internet video for you. All you have to do is roll a giant ball in the direction and they'll play dead.
Yep.
Why is that one there? Why are you working with the feds?
I am not working with the feds. The feds come to me for help.
Do you vouch for this one?
Sometimes.
How about today?
Mostly today. Although his actions to come across your property without being announced, I'm not so behind.
Alright, fine. Come on up. But you better not try any funny business while you're up here.
No funny business.
No setting fires.
Yes, sir.
Hesitation.
He turns to Jinn. Who have you told?
Say anything.
The gate actually opens up, so both of you can go in, Alan and Ray. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and call it an hour, and we will be back next week with more adventures and the Monsters of the Week. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to Bone Throwers Theater. We are releasing this podcast under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 3.0 Unported license. That means that you can share the podcast, but please do not modify it or try to gain financially from it. If you would like to visit our website, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater.com. If you would like to send us an email, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater@gmail.com. Our Twitter handle is @bonethrowerstheater, and also you can look us up on Facebook and Google+. And until next time, may the bones fall ever in your favor. This has been a Nerd Circle podcast production.